Today we are going to discuss about gravitational potential energy near the surface of the earth. You already study in this potential energy in 4th lesson. Okay, so this potential energy stored in the object is mgh, you already know. Okay, now we derive this gravitational potential energy. Okay, so you consider the earth and mass of the system, this system. Okay, this is the object of mass small m and object of this earth's of mass m, and earth radius is r, and h is the height of the surface of the earth to the mass is h, but r is the center of the distance between the center of the earth and the mass m. Okay, now we calculate this potential energy, that is U is equal to, you already know what is that, U equal to minus gm m by r. Okay, you say this me is the mass of the earth, you say capital M. Okay, so r is equal to r plus h. R is the capital R is the radius of the earth, h is the height above the surface of the object. So U is equal to minus gmm by r plus h. H is very less than r compared to r radius of the earth. The height of the object is less, very less. So U is equal to minus gmm by take it out, this r outside of this term. So r into 1 plus h by r. So this 1 plus h by r is, take it numerator. So you get U is equal to minus gmm by r into 1 plus h by r whole power minus 1. Applying this binomial theorem, that is 1 plus x whole power minus n equal to 1 minus nx. Okay, this is 1 minus nx. Apply this binomial expansion. So you get U equal to minus gmm by r into, this is 1 plus h by r whole power minus 1. You write this 1 minus nx formula. So 1 minus h by r. But we know that potential energy is mgr on the surface of the earth is mgr, that is equal to gmm by r. So this you substitute this value in this 6.33 equations. So you get U equal to minus mgr plus mgh. So it is the first term mgr is independent of the height. For example, if the object is taken from height h1 to h2, the potential energy at h1, U of h1 equal to minus mgr plus mgh1, and the potential energy at height h2, so U of h2 equal to minus mgr plus mgh2. Potential difference between UgH2 and UgH1, you write U of H2 minus U of H1 equal to mg into H2 minus H1, because these two terms are cancelled. You write this equation, that is U of H2 minus U of H1 equal to minus mgr plus mgh1 minus mg, minus into minus plus, so this one is h2 mgr minus mgh1. So this two term cancel. So you get, what is that, mgh2 minus mgh1. Okay, so you get U of h2 minus U of H1 equal to mg into H2 minus H1. So this mg r is cancel. Okay, it plays no role in the result. So the potential energy stored in the particle of mass m and height h from the surface of the earth is u is equal to mgh. On the surface of the earth, h is 0, so u also 0. Okay, so mgh is the work done on the particle when we take the mass m from the surface of the earth to the height h. This work done is stored as a gravitational potential energy in the mass m. Even though mgh is gravitational potential energy of the mass, we can take mgh as the gravitational potential energy of mass m, since earth is stationary when the mass moves to height h. The next one is gravitational potential, V(r). Okay, now you already know the gravitational field, okay, that E. So this gravitational field depends only on the source mass, which creates the field. It is a vector quantity. Okay, and we can also define a scalar quantity that is called gravitational potential. It depends only on the source mass. So the gravitational potential at a distance r due to a mass is defined as the amount of work required to bring unit mass from infinity to the distance r and is V of r. So you define this gravitational potential at a distance r is equivalent to gravitational potential energy per unit mass at the same distance r. So it is a scalar quantity. Its unit is j kg power minus 1. Then we can determine gravitational potential from gravitational potential energy. So consider two masses m1 and m2 separated by a distance r, which has gravitational potential energy u of r. The gravitational potential due to mass m1 at the point P, this one, at the point P. Okay, we calculate V of r. V of r equal to g m1 divided by r. So the gravitational field and gravitational force are vector quantity, whereas the gravitational potential and the gravitational potential energy is a scalar quantity. The motion of particles can be easily analyzed using scalar quantities than vector quantities. Okay, consider the example for falling body. You take a falling apple. So you take this apple which falls on the earth due to the earth's gravitational force. It is explained by using the concept of gravitational potential. Okay, this one. The force picture, that is gravity pulls downwards. This is a potential picture, that is at a height, that is higher gravitational potential, and the surface, that is lower gravitational potential. Okay, so the gravitational potential V of r at a point of height h from the surface of the earth, that is r equal to, you already know, that is r plus h. So minus gm divided by r plus h. The gravitational potential V of r on the surface, r equal to r. So V of r equal to minus gm by r. So V of r is less than V of r plus h. It is already discussed in the previous section. The gravitational potential energy near the surface of the earth at height h is mgh. The gravitational potential at this point is V of h equal to u of h divided by m, because it is gravitational potential is given as gravitational potential energy per unit mass. So uh by m, that is mgh divided by m equal to gh. Okay, so the gravitational potential on the surface of the earth is 0, since h is 0. No, so the apple falls from a region of a higher potential to a region of lower gravitational potential. So any mass will move from a region of higher gravitational potential to a region of lower gravitational potential. Then next we discuss about the acceleration due to gravity of the earth. When object fall on the earth, the acceleration of the object is towards the earth. So from the Newton's second law, F equal to ma, an object is accelerated only under the action of gravity force. So in this case, here this force is the gravitational pull of earth. This force produces a constant acceleration near the earth's surface in all bodies, irrespective of their masses. So according to the Newton's universal Newton's law, F equal to minus gmm by r square into r cap. So according to the Newton's second law, F equal to ma. So compare these two equations. Ma vector equal to minus g capital M small m divided by r square r cap. So cancel. So you get a vector equal to minus gm by r square r cap. The acceleration experienced by the object near the surface of the earth due to the gravity. That is acceleration due to gravity. So that symbol is g. So a equal to g. So g is equal to gm by r square. The acceleration experienced by the object is independent of its mass. The value of g depends only on the mass and radius of the earth. Okay. In fact, Galileo arrived at the same conclusion 400 years ago, that all objects fall towards the earth with the same acceleration through various quantitative experiments. Okay, so in the near the equator, the acceleration due to gravity is 9.8 meter second power minus 2. Then variation of g with altitude, depth and latitude. Now we discuss about the altitude, variation of g with altitude. Consider an object of mass m at height h from the surface of the earth. Acceleration experienced by the object due to the earth g is equal to gm by g dash altitude. So g h or g dash, gm divided by gm divided by r plus h whole square. So this one. Okay, so g dash equal to, you already know what is that, this r is, take it outside, so r square into 1 plus h by r whole square. Okay, take it numerator, so gm by r square into 1 plus h by r whole power minus 2. So applying the binomial expansion, that is, what is that, that is 1 plus x whole power minus n equal to 1 minus nx. Okay, applying this equation, binomial expansion, that is g dash equal to gm by r square 1 minus this n is a minus 2, so minus 2h divided by r. But you already know what is that, g is equal to minus gm by r square, gm by r square. So g dash equal to g into 1 minus 2h by r. So we find that g dash is less than g. This means the altitude h increases, the acceleration due to gravity g decreases.